South of Ponchatoula, when the morning fog rolls low, where the old rails cut through the cypress and the willow. There's a story the mist still tells when the sun won't rise, about the day the wooden bayonets took so many southern lives. Driving old Highway 51 just before the dawn. Fog so thick you couldn't see the hood of your own truck. Pulled off near the tracks where the marker used to stand. Heard two whistles blowing where no train's been running for 100 years or more. One northbound heavy with sleeping boys in gray, one southbound lumber coming the wrong damn way. They shouldn't have met, but the fog had its say, and the rails still remember that February day. The mist grew heavier, the whistles got loud, two iron shadows moving through the cloud. No time to stop, no siding in sight. In the fog at Ponchatoula, the morning turned to night. Fog at Ponchatoula, where the single track still calls. Mississippi ghosts and gray behind wooden walls. Cars, telescoping splinters fly like bayonets of pine. 22 fail screaming in the fog of 62's line. You can see it today when the river mist rolls in, when the dawn is gray and the light gets thin. The wreck before Shiloh plays over again. Ponchatoula's phantom fog still thick with the dead. February 27th, 1862, 7 a.m. the 7th, Mississippi rolling through, northbound from Corinth, headed up to Tennessee. Most of the boys asleep, dreaming of the fight to beat. Dogging rifles, Quitman rifles, farm boys in gray. Lumber train southbound failed to clear the way. Fog so heavy the engineer couldn't see the light. Head-on collision in the gray morning light. Fog at Ponchatoula, where the single track still calls. Mississippi ghost and gray behind wooden walls. Cars, telescoping splinters fly like bayonets of pine. 22 fail screaming in the fog of 62's line. You can see it today when the river mist rolls in, when the dawn is gray and the light gets thin. The wreck before Shiloh plays over again. Ponchatoula's phantom fog still thick with the dead. First car, telescope like a fist through pine. Wooden splinters flying, bayonets made of time. 22 dead where they lay, some never woke. 6 more died later from the wounds that spoke. Screams lasted minutes in the thick gray air. Boys calling for mama, for Jesus, for air. Lumber engineer Mississippi boys keep riding where they stood. They never made it to Shiloh, never fired around. Their war was over before it ever began on that foggy ground. You stand there when the fog gets right, just south of Ponchatoula in the first gray light, or any dawn when the swamp sends its breath up through the rails where the old line still rests. You might hear the whistles before you see the glow. Two phantom trains emerging from the fog below. Gray coats and rifles, boys who never got to fight, still riding north to Shiloh in the middle of the night. Some say they wave as the cars come apart. Some say the splinters still pierce through the heart. But the lumber shadow runs and the engines meet, and the whole damn thing repeats in the fog so deep. Fog at Ponchatoula, the single track runs true. In the spirit world, the siding never grew. You can stand right there where the gravel's cold and wet, and watch the boys that never reached the fight they met. The wreck that time forgot still screams so loud in the ghostly